Okay, y'all, I'm back. I have added both huge bowls of stock to the pot. I thickened it with a little bit of flour. Probably about, I would say, a cup of water, half a cup of flour. You can do it as you want. This is not what they want you to do. I see a piece of skin that came off the chicken. This is what I like to do. I like it a little bit thicker. When you take it out of the jar, you can thicken it some more with some cornstarch if you want. But you got to remember now, this is going to pressure can. And so it's going to be cooking for 90 minutes in the canner. I've got the carrots are in there, the celery. I dipped Howard out some stock, so he's eating it right now. He couldn't wait. It smells so good. I'm going to do this in quart jars because usually in the wintertime, you'll eat more than one bowl of chicken noodle soup if you're sick or if you want something. I'm going to add some thyme, probably about, I would say a tablespoon or a teaspoon of thyme. I always crush it between my hands. It makes it do better. That smells so good. I'm going to add some poultry seasoning, which has a lot of different seasonings in it. It has a combination of all kinds of, has thyme, a little bit of sage, marjoram, rosemary, black pepper, and nutmeg. So, can't go wrong with that. I'll probably put, this is real powdery, probably, I'd say, a quarter of a teaspoon. Remember, if you're using dried herbs, they're going to get stronger. When I first started using them, I was just pouring them babies in there. And this is parsley. Don't have a whole lot of taste, but it does have a little bit of taste. And it makes it look good. Now, I can't stand these shaker tops when I'm doing something like this. I always pour it in my hand. I always keep your hands clean. Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. I'm going to put a couple of them in there. That'll really make it pretty. And this doesn't have a whole lot of salt in it. I think I'm going to add some more salt. I think I got plenty of flavor. I could add some more chicken base in it, but I think this will be fine. Just need some. I'm bad. Pour that in my hand too. This is kosher salt, so it don't have any iodine in it. Anytime you're cooking or canning something to be canned, don't put salt with iodine in it. It affects your flavor. I always use either canning salt, plain salt you can buy without anything in it, or kosher salt. And I'm going to get a spoon and taste that. Just needs to cook a little bit. Tastes good though. It'll be really good with the noodles in it. I got to tell y'all about my noodles. Now, when you're canning like a soup or something, I'm going to move you over here. I'm trying to get used to this YouTube crap. When you're canning like a soup or something like that, they tell you don't use pasta. What I did, and I've done it before and it worked fine, I took fettuccine noodles and I broke them up real fine. Now, you're not going to fill that jar full of those noodles. For one thing, they're going to swell up when it's cooking. But the fettuccine is kind of like what you get in chicken noodle soup. And if you break it up, you're not going to put as many in there. And it'll can fine that way. I've done it before. I just went ahead and broke me up a whole jar full because I got a lot of chicken stock here. I am going to can this in my pressure canner. I'm going to do it for 90 minutes under 10 pounds of pressure. I've been using the pressure canner, the electric one. It's like an Instapot, but it's bigger than a regular Instapot. I have been using it for a lot of stuff, and I like it because I don't have to stand there right by it. It kind of controls itself. If I'm using my big pressure canner, I have to stand right next to it and make sure everything's okay. Not saying you don't need to watch this, because you do. I'm going to put all this in the jar. I've got my lid soaking in hot water. My jars have been washed in the dishwasher, so they're good and clean. You don't really have to sanitize your jars like you used to, or they recommended when you use the pressure cooker, because it's cooking at such a high temperature. But I always like to wash mine in the dishwasher. I wash all my jars in the dishwasher. And so far everything's done pretty good. I may have a jar or two that won't seal every once in a while. I don't know why. Sometimes you just don't know. Well, one thing, the lids you get, some of them are, I use cheap Walmart lids sometimes. And sometimes you may not have it on just right, or for some reason it just happens. But you just take that and put it in the refrigerator and eat that first. But I'm going to go ahead and put all this in. See, this is a mayonnaise jar. I wouldn't can in that. You can use it like for the vacuum seal. You can use it for like I'm doing this here. If I don't use all these, I'll vacuum seal it up in this jar and it'll be fine. But I would never, ever, ever can a product in the canner in this, because why waste all that time if it don't seal? And it may not seal. So, canning jars are expensive. If you can find them, somebody offers you canning jars to give them to you, take them. You can use them for all kinds of things, even if you don't can. But I'd rather use the canning jars for a lot of stuff. My mama used to can jelly in mayonnaise jars. You can't get jars for mayonnaise now, they're all plastic. But not me. I'm going to use a good canning jar. And I prefer ball lids, but I do use the Walmart lids. I ain't going to lie about that. So I'm going to stop this, and I'm going to bring y'all back when I get this jar full, all these jars full, and put them in the pressure canner, because I got a lot of tomatoes I got to work on, and that big old bowl's still sitting over there waiting on me to make salsa with now, and I plan on doing that today, and at least cleaning some more to get ready for something else. So I'll bring y'all back once I get this kitchen cleaned up a little bit more, get this done, and I got my canner heating up. Hot liquid, hot canner. Remember that. Hot liquid, hot canner. Cold products, cold canner. That's the way you do it. Okay, y'all, I'll see y'all in probably 15 or 20 minutes, over how long it takes me to get this mess cleaned up. And I'm glad y'all watching me. If y'all like me, make sure you tell your friends and subscribe, because I'd like to keep doing this, but if nobody watches me, ain't no need me wasting my time, you know. If I could help one or two people to learn. When I first started, I didn't have nobody to help me. I got my first pressure canner from my mama. She didn't pressure can, she got it at a yard sale. I had to guess. Wonder I didn't blow that thing up to the ceiling. I remember I canned some chicken noodle soup, and I used the wide noodles, and I'd be doggone. Every one of them jars, I didn't know what I was doing. Them jars, I heard noise in the pantry, and every one of them was blowing up. So it does good to learn from people that's done it before. And I'll see y'all in just a little bit. Bye.